Today's our last day, day 7 of our crochet challenge, and I'm going to show you how to add some eyes to your star. So this is my Frankenstein zombie star. So I'm going to work in from the back, and I'm going to add my eyes in the top half of the first star. There we go. So I'm going to pull a length through, leave a tail at the end. To make, I'm just going to move it down one more little bit. To make an eyeball, we're going to use a stitch called a French knot. So make sure this tail's long enough so that it doesn't all get dragged through. So what we do is get our darning needle, and we're going to wrap the yarn round the needle twice. So we've got 2 little wraps. We then push the darning needle through the gap. Before we pull through, take the 2 loops down as low as you can, and then pull the length of yarn through. You pull back on the tail, you'll get your little knot created. To make a bigger eyeball, you can do a second French knot on top of that one. So we can do that again. We get the hook, the darning needle, wrap the yarn around twice. We go in the opposite side of the French knot we just created. Before we pull through, pull the loops a bit tight on there. Do 1 stitch to secure it all in place. Can be a bit difficult pushing through the stuffing, which have to be gentle and firm. Okay. There, that's 1 little eye. If you want to make it more raised, you can just go work over it a few loops. So I'm going to go across and do a second eye. Because he's a zombie star, I'm going to do an X. So the yarn is through, and I go at a diagonal point, go up, and then across, and through the back of the star. Next, I'm going to do some stitches along it. So this is our tail end, which we'll sew in later. This is the point where we made our second eye. So from there, just go through to where you're going to start your running stitches. I'm going to take it down there, make it look like his mouth. Work back up to about here, just just in front of where we started the shape, and then just take it one up. I'm going to start doing bars across. So we're going to go in here, and then we're going to take it up and across, ready to start our next bar. 1, 2, 'So you see we're doing a straight line, let's come down, we go diagonally up to start the next stitch. I think this will be the last one. So we'll take that all the way through to where we started with our French knot eye if we can. And there we have our zombie star. Just going to put that through there and cut. And then all I need to do is thread this bit through, tie it in place to cut. There we are, a cute little star and a Halloween zombie star. So to make our little superstar, we're going to crochet a rectangular piece of red. We're going to do 11 stitches across. We then work 10 single crochets back in our chain of 11, and then we're going to work 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 rows of single crochet to make your cape. Then what we do with some other red is we'll create a running stitch through the top of our cape, and we'll be able to pull the cape to concertina it up, and then we're going to sew the cape just to the tops of the shoulders on the back of the star. So now we've got our little superstar with his wonderful flying cape. I'm going to sew a little S motif onto it. So we're going to do that with something called surface crochet. And what we do going from the back, we start at the point where we want to create the start of the S. We come up and we leave a tail in the back. We can sew that and hide it in place later. So what we need to do is we turn it to the side in the direction that we're going to work in. So we're doing the top of the S. We put the yarn up and around and create a loop. We then go into the starting point where we brought the yarn up. We slide just underneath the stitches from our star, and we come up a very short distance in front. So we keep the loop underneath the darning needle. Remember to hold the back, otherwise sometimes it kind of slips through. So you can see the loop that we created is tucked underneath the darning needle. We pull through and pull tight. We repeat the process. We create a loop, we go in where our last stitch came up, so we're working within the top of the loop. We go a short distance in front, keep our yarn tucked behind the darning needle, pull up, and there we have. We turn the work ever so slightly, so if we keep the work pointing in the direction where we want our stitches to go, it makes it easier. So go in, yarn tucked behind the darning needle, pull up and pull the loop tight. Repeat this all the way around till we get our S. If you make a mistake doing whatever letter it is that you're trying to make, it's easy enough to undo and go back in at another point or make the turn a bit sharper. Oops. So I'm kind of the top of my S now. See how I'm always turning the work in the direction I'm working. Darning needle goes in where the previous stitch came up, short distance ahead, loop of the yarn tucked behind the darning needle, pull through, close off. Turning the work all the time in the direction I'm working. I hope this S comes out okay. It's not bad. Do one more. There. There's our S. So to finish, we're going to go over the top of the last loop we just pulled tight. Go up outside where we'd started. And there we have our S for our superstar. Next, I'm going to show you how to make a shooting star. We're going to use these colourful rainbow strands of yarn, and we're going to feed them through the corner of the star. So to do that, we'll start with the red. We fold the length of yarn in half. We feed our hook through one of the border stitches at the corner. We take the loop of the folded yarn. We pull through, take the hook away, put our finger through the loop, and then feed the other yarn through. Pull tight to close off. We'll repeat this process with the colours as we go along. So next I'll do the orange. Fold it in half to create a loop. Stick the yarn through one of the border stitches. Pull the loop through. Put our finger through the loop, pull through the ends. Last one pink, fold in half. Thread the loop through, take the loop in our thumb and finger, thread it through. And then we have our colourful shooting star.